And we are live today in our live video crypto sector trading analytics. We're talking about this up and comer in the crypto privacy space, SmartCash. SmartCash, the reason here it is side by side. You won't see this anywhere else. Side by side with the rest of the other major players in the crypto privacy space. So Dash. Monero, Dash is in red, the red line, Monero, orange, Zcash, the pink line, and Verge is the green line there. And you can see that the reason this cryptocurrency came to our attention was January 10th and 11th. There was this regulatory scare, this Korea regulatory scare, and it was only one of three cryptocurrencies at the billion-dollar market cap level, and now it's dropped down significantly, as you can see. But it was only one. It was one of only three coins in the higher market cap level that was up in the midst of this bloodbath, this carnage of the Korea regulatory scare. Now I know it was a brutal week for cryptocurrencies, and I know that means it's a great time to look for opportunities right in the middle of that carnage. Now, it would be impossible to overstate the psychological impact, really torment, of these kind of swings in the cryptocurrency market, or to underestimate what kind of psychological fortitude and discipline it requires to hang in there and tune out all the blah blah and bubble talk and have the foresight to see the value in technology whose infrastructure isn't fully developed. So you got to realize that many of the applications, many of the most valuable applications of cryptocurrency have not even been dreamt of yet. So this is that Korea panic, and you can see right here is the Yahoo Finance heat map from the Korea panic, a real bloodbath. Everybody in the red: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Cash, Cardano, Litecoin, IOTA, everyone in the red. And what happened was, this was reported, Forbes, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, all reported that Korea was considering a ban on cryptocurrencies. But really, what Korea was talking about was, and this is updated on January 15th, with an official statement from the government, and that is that it's not a ban they're talking about, but just that they're trying to ban anonymous trading. So not all cryptocurrency trading, just they want laws requiring people to trade under their own identity. And amidst that carnage, where you can see that the whole market really plummeted, there were only three coins that were up. Neo, which is the Chinese build your own blockchain platform, and that has shown amazing resilience in the face of regulatory trash talk. So Neo, if you look at the coin with respect to the rest of the major cryptocurrencies, you can see that the blue line here, Neo, is up, while all the others, Ethereum dropped from 1382 to 1125, Ripple down, Bitcoin plunges from 15 to 13,000, and it's even lower today. So you can see that Neo outperformed the plummeting market, and this other VEN, VE chain, which is a supply chain solution to luxury goods counterfeiting. So the idea is that they use RFID tech to authenticate. Blockchain data authenticates itself, and so it authenticates the provenance, the lineage, and of the luxury goods like wine and designer purses and things like that. So it was Neo, VE Chain, and then SmartCash. And now SmartCash, and notice that it was one of each of these sectors. Okay, one was the build your own blockchain sector, one was the supply chain sector, and the third one is the privacy currency sector. And SmartCash is the one we're looking at. Now, SmartCash, as we mentioned before, if you look at it compared to the other major players in the privacy crypto market, Verge, Zcash, Monero, and Dash, you can see that it took off during that Korea regulatory scare. It made a dramatic move from 48 cents to $3.40. And remember that this coin was trading at like 5 cents, trading at a nickel in early December. So that's a huge move. And even though it dropped back down significantly today, it was at $1.14. It's still well over a dollar. And like I said, it was trading at 5 cents back in early December. Now the key component that is unique to SmartCash is that it has this community first philosophy. Okay, every cryptocurrency talks about their community, but SmartCash really puts their money where their mouth is. Okay, and that is the way they do that is a couple of ways, but one concept is that the mining rewards, most of them do not go to the miners. Okay, what they do is mining actually generates a community fund, like a treasury for SmartCash. And this has been done by some other coins that are allocating 10% or 20%, like Dash and PIVX, Navcoin. But, you know, SmartCash really, really flips that concept on its head because it puts 80% into these what are called SmartHives. Okay, and that is 80% of the mining rewards go into the SmartHives. Okay, miners get 5% of the mining rewards. 15% go to what's called Smart Rewards, and that is rewarding people for holding the coin. Okay, Smart Rewards are paid out every month, and there's a snapshot on the 25th of every month, and it's a reward of 15% of the block of the mining reward, and it's paid out to anybody who's held the coins all throughout the month. So 15% of new coins generated in the blockchain go to the long-term holders through the Smart Rewards. And it's allocated based on exactly how many Smart you are holding. So miners get 5% of the mining rewards, 15% go to the Smart Rewards holders, and 80% goes to these SmartHives, which is the governance structure. And it's a very interesting concept because they don't just talk about community; they're actually putting their money where their mouth is. Okay, the 80% of the coins are allocated to SmartHives, and that becomes a budget that everyone holds, and they can submit proposals. If you have 100 smarts, you can submit a proposal, and your vote on anybody can vote. Okay, all you got to do is own one smart, and then your vote is weighted by the number of smarts you hold. And they've actually funded proposals, and this is interesting. They've funded philanthropic proposals to donate food in Venezuela, outreach programs in Europe and Africa, and they've also, donated funds to enrich themselves. Online marketing campaigns for the currency itself to try to build up the community. So it's a very interesting concept that the community really is. It really is a form of a hive form of governance, but the amount of control that you have just by owning the SmartCash over what the community does, where it's headed, is huge compared to other the traditional sort of structure, which is that in the traditional, let's see if we have the traditional. Well, traditionally, almost all the mining rewards go to the miners, and that's it's the opposite in SmartCash. So it's community first with a unique governance structure, just kind of like a hive. And what they decide to do is based on proposals and votes from the community. Now, the maximum supply of The coin itself is 5 billion total, and there's currently 573 million in circulation. And uh, that's where it stands right now. Now the actual market cap surpassed when it peaked. It surpassed $1 billion. You can see right here, it actually just surpassed $1 billion, and now it's down to I think about $600 million since the price dropped. But the idea here of the community first is a big idea, and the other the other point about community first is that the scaling issues and the privacy issues that other cryptocurrencies have suffered from have really suffered. They've magnified that suffering. They've actually compounded that suffering because of poor governance. That is, you saw how Bitcoin was trying to figure out for the, basically for the last year or more about how to solve its scaling issues: on-chain, off-chain, SegWit, SegWit 2x, doubling block size or not, and a lot of infighting. And governance turns out to be a real issue because when the problems arise, how to solve them is, who determines how to solve them in a true distributed, decentralized system. So in this case, there's a unique governance structure that's set up with proposals and votes and a war chest, basically a fund that is generated by mining. So instead of rewarding the miners with all the mining rewards, it rewards the community and allows the community to decide what is best moving forward. Now, it also has a privacy. It's a privacy-centered coin. Okay, primarily community-centric, but also it's a privacy crypto in the sense that it uses the zero coin protocol, which is the maximal encryption possible. And this, without getting too technical, it involves zero knowledge proofs, which are proofs that do not that you can prove the proof without having to transmit any of the information within the proof. So you can say something about the proof without having to say any of the without having to transmit any of the data within the proof or what you're proving. So just like Zcash and Zencash and Zclassic, it started out as a fork of Zcoin, and it uses a renew option that allows you to renew coins, which basically breaks the chain of transactions. The reason why privacy is an issue, for example, with Bitcoin and with other cryptocurrencies, is that, remember that the blockchain is, the way it's formed is that miners take these unconfirmed transactions and bundle them together, seal them, and lock them into place, into an order in the blockchain based on the solution to a cryptographic math puzzle. And that cryptographic math puzzle links every block to the previous block and allows all the transactions within that block to be independently verified by cryptographic math. So the truth is in the math. That's why you hear that about blockchain. The truth is in the math. The problem with that is that the entire blockchain is a distributed public ledger. So anyone can look at it and anyone can track a transaction and can track your coins through that blockchain if they really want to. Now, they don't know exactly who you are because you have a private key that links to your public key, and the public key doesn't actually give your identity. But they can get a lot of information from that metadata, from that chain of transactions. How much was spent, exactly when it was spent, from what address to what address. And by piecing that together, it kind of breaks the concept of anonymity and privacy. But this zero coin protocol reestablishes the privacy of the blockchain with maximal encryption and protection from those workarounds with metadata in the blockchain, where people can, where anyone can look at the blockchain and see the chain of, follow the chain of transactions. Now, So in the privacy sector, it's there's quite a few coins in the privacy sector, and this is just again a side-by-side comparison of some of the major players in the privacy sector: Zcash, Dash, Monero, Verge, and they use different types of protocols to establish that privacy. And we'll go through that when we do a more in-depth look at the privacy sector. But if you look at SmartCash from January 7th, 48 cents, through that Korea regulatory scare, all the way up to a high of $3.40 when it hit that market cap over a billion of on January 13th. And now it's back down to $1.14. But just remember that first of all, look at this coin in relation to the other coins within the crypto privacy space. Okay, Zcash in pink, Monero in orange, Dash in red, and Verge in green. So if you look at it compared to the other coins, you can see it had this huge run up just recently in the last 2 weeks, and now it's come back down, but it's still trading at over $1, and it was 5 cents back in early December. So looking at the market overall, let's see. Let's look at the market compared to where we are now, because the crypto bloodbath is continuing and the carnage is continuing, as you can see. Let me get rid of that volume. Okay, so Neo was up and all the other cryptos were down, but if you look at these, they're really dropping off literally off the charts here. Okay, Bitcoin plunged from 15,000 to 13,000, and now it is somewhere around. Let's see, where is it now? It's now around 11,300. And Ethereum is now at 1,047 and Ripple at $1.17. So Ripple has dropped significantly. Ripple is here in red. Ethereum is here in pink. And Neo is in blue. Neo rose significantly even in the face of that crypto carnage from the Korea panic, but it's dropped down as well. So you can see this bloodbath in the cryptocurrencies continues, and but looking at Smart all on its own, SmartCash is still doing well, relatively speaking, compared to the rest of and also compared to the rest of the crypto privacy sector. So here's the crypto privacy sector, and SmartCash is still doing well compared to the rest of the sector. Now, going back to the fundamentals, the biggest distinguishing factors are the community first aspect and the privacy issue. Now, the zero coin protocol is maximal encryption. It also uses the renew feature, and the renew feature allows you to essentially erase the whole chain behind you. So this chain of transactions that someone could follow in any blockchain just using the Explorer, this would actually be eliminated because you'd have brand new coins that have no history, and so it's got a very high level of privacy. It's got a proof of work algorithm that's resistant to ASIC mining, and what that means is it can be mined by the little guy. It's still resistant to the supercomputer, that ASIC. Those are supercomputers that dominate Bitcoin mining, and a lot of people feel that with the dominance of those ASIC computers, that mining is becoming more and more centralized. Okay, now as far as micropayments go, the establishment of smart nodes in SmartCash will enable instant pay. And instant pay is a concept where point of sale payments are instant, faster, even faster than Visa. No waiting for blockchain verification. And the smart nodes will actually stake 10,000 smart, and they're rewarded with a 10% share of newly minted smart currency. So the idea here is that the money that the networks, the mining rewards, go to the community They go towards initiatives that might improve, they could be philanthropic, or initiatives that might improve the efficiency or the working of the SmartCash itself. They go towards issues of privacy and uh, establishing micropayments. All those solutions that some of the major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin has, which is that it's very slow, it's not private, and governance is a major issue because with the decentralized nature of it, the decision of how to proceed as far as scaling is a problem. So the idea is it solves these problems with the community first, privacy centered, and built around micropayments. Now, the micropayment issue is one that it establishes rewards for setting up these smart nodes. So we're talking about community. The rewards go towards a couple of things. One is they go towards encouraging people to hold SmartCash, and that's the rewards program. And the other is that's the smart rewards that are paid out every month. And then the other is the privacy issues, and the micropayments go towards the establishment of smart nodes, which also are rewarded with a 10% share of newly minted smart. So the SmartCash essentially puts its money where its mouth is by trying to put the money in the hands of the community and allow them to improve the network itself. Now, going back to the price analytics, you can see, like I said, it was trading at 5 cents back in early December. In the last two, from January 7th to January 13th, it made a move from 48 cents up to $3.40, and now it's trading back at $1.13. So that is our technical and fundamental analysis of SmartCash, the community-centered privacy cryptocurrency that has been trading. That was one of the few cryptocurrencies that was up in the midst of this Korea regulatory scare. And again, if you look, it's very, psychologically, it's a real daunting challenge to stay positive while, literally soaking in a crypto bloodbath. But remember that it's the people who saw the value in cryptocurrency when literally everyone thought they were worthless that really made money in this crazy market. So if you want to be one of those people, you've got to hang in during the debacles and try to foresee or have the vision to see the revolutionary potential of this technology before the infrastructure is fully developed and before the sectors and spaces are individually developed. So we're looking at the privacy sector here, and you can see that SmartCash is suddenly a real player in the crypto privacy space. Hopefully this video will give you some interesting and useful information that you can put to work today to make smarter, more research-based, better informed cryptocurrency investment decisions. And that is our analysis of SmartCash, the community-governed, community-based privacy cryptocurrency. Ciao for now.